Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Postman tutorial, we are going to understand about different collaboration features that are available within Postman. And in the previous video, we have understood how you can use GitHub to push the repositories or export your collection and push the repositories and collaborate overall within the team. But Postman in itself also has very good collaboration feature, right? So for example, if your team is working and you are just say 3-member team, or you have an enterprise plan of Postman or paid plan of Postman, you will have a team, and within the team multiple people are working, right? So that sharing can be done. So for example, if this is the workspace that we have, and if I go to the team workspace, okay, this was the team that we created. And if your team is only of size 3, you can still use all of these features for free. So now from here, you will see this is my team workspace, and all the members of the team need to work on this particular collection, right? So everyone basically, once you add the members within this team workspace, okay, so for example, there are 2 members at the moment, you will see they'll be having access to this particular collection, okay, and everyone will be able to work individually and will be able to check in the code, and the other person will be able to get the updates instantly. Okay, so now how does that overall process work within Postman? So if, say for example, I'm working on this particular collection as one of the team member, and I go to the get project, or maybe let's say get all issue type, okay, and let me add a new test case there. Okay, so for example, here there is a 200 status code, okay, and if I just let me add a snippet, I'll simply say contain string. Okay, so I won't update it, let it fail. I'm just explaining about the features. Okay, so now this particular test has been added. Okay, now ideally once you save this, right, the other person who is having that access to this particular collection will be automatically having this update. Okay, now in the real scenarios, these updates many times, you want to work or create a branch basically and then fetch whatever is there in the master. Okay, so for example, this is the working code or the latest version, so you do not want to change everything here. Okay, and that's the usual practice in the development activities or automation activity. So updating the master or the core code that is there, that is working, is not recommended. So that is where we need to go ahead and create a fork. Okay, so when we say create a fork within Postman itself, you will see that you have this create a fork. Okay, so create a fork, what it will do is it will basically create a copy. Okay, so it creates a copy of the collection and enables you to perform changes without affecting the original. This is the original, and if there are 10 people working on the original version itself, that is a very big mess, right? So that is where you can basically go ahead and fork this particular collection right within the Postman and provide the name of the fork. Okay, so I'll just leave it as is. Okay, the name of the fork. Okay, and then the workspace where this fork, it will create a new collection which will be forked out of this original collection, and then I as a team member will be working on that to add new test cases within that new forked collection, and then I'll merge it back. Okay, or raise a pull request to merge, to review whatever work that I have done, so that the team members or team lead can review. When I say pull request, I'm asking, yeah, I have done these changes, I have added these test cases, and I have raised a pull request, and I have assigned that request review to the team lead and other members, right? So depending whosoever is agreed upon who will be reviewing the code, right? Maybe your team lead or your manager or some test architect. So you raise the pull request and assign it to them, and they'll review, and then they'll merge it to where? To the original. Okay, so let's quickly create this fork and you'll see how it all looks like. Okay, so I'll say, okay, fork collection, click on the fork collection to create that fork. You'll see that the fork has been created. Okay, so this was the original and this is the fork. You'll see that this is forked from, if you just hover over, this is forked from this original one. Okay, now I as a team member, okay, and same thing will be done by other team members as well. Okay, so same thing other team members will also do. So they'll go ahead and they'll say work on this particular collection. So for example, here I have to add more test cases. Okay, so I'll simply then go ahead and add more test cases here. I'll just add some dummy snippet there or some dummy script just to show that. So I'll say JSON value check. Okay, so this is the new one that has been added. Okay, and I'll save it. So you'll see that there is a test for the 200. There is a text search. Okay, body matches string, and then there is a test which is JSON data value check. Okay, so now if I go ahead and see the original, okay, so you'll see that this change I have done where I have done in this get all issue type. Okay, in the test here. Okay, and if I go to this original one, get all issue type, you won't see that particular test here, right? So now I am independent of this original collection and I'm not updating things dynamically within the original collection. Okay, and this saves a lot of effort. If there is somebody is changing something, they have, say for example, deleted something in the original, that will be a big sort of a problem that causes big issues. So in that particular case, we just fork and work on that. Now once, say for example, I am happy and I have also say created more test cases. Okay, so for example, here I have, let me edit it, let me rename this, and I'll say new test 1. Okay, and then there will be more test or more requests within that. So as far as I'm done, once I'm done with all my changes and the test cases, then I will go ahead and then will merge. Okay, so there are multiple options. So I can merge this fork that I have created directly into the parent, which is this one. Okay, so if you go here, now you will see other options, right? So I can create a fork out of this one again, or I can create a pull request or merge changes, right? So if I say merge changes, what it will do is it will directly merge the changes from this fork to the parent. Okay, from wherever I have forked this particular collection, right? But if I say create pull request, this will follow the standard software development process wherein you are saying, as a team member, I have been assigned this particular work to be done. I have automated these many test cases. This is my work. This is my code. And I have completed all that work. Now I am raising a pull request. When I say pull request, please see this particular work. Okay, then that pull request will be assigned. So I'll also choose to whom I want to assign that particular request, pull request. So I'll mention the members of the team who will review my work. Okay, who will review the test that I have written. Then they will then merge. Once they'll find that everything is fine in the code that I have written, only then they'll merge the changes that I have done into the parent, into the main branch. Okay, or into the master branch, which is the core branch, right? So this is, the concept is absolutely similar to what we do in Git and GitHub, right? But this is more of within Postman. So the other thing is merge changes. When we say merge changes, you are not raising any pull request. You can directly go ahead and merge here, right? So here, if I say, okay, I do not want, or if there are only 1 or 2 people within the team, okay, then I simply can go ahead and say merge changes. Okay, and then you will see that different options, right? So source is this, and then destination is this parent folder from where I forked this. Okay, and then you will see what all has been modified. So this one is modified, this is not added, right? This is the new one that has been added, this is modified, and you will see what all has been modified, what all has been added very clearly. Okay, once you are happy, okay, this is all good, I want to merge all these changes, right? So you simply say merge all changes, and you will see that choose how you want to proceed. You can choose any one of these options. So if you just say merge changes, the destination will be updated with the changes, no questions asked. So if you just select first one, everything that you have made a change as a team member will be updated into the master, into the main folder from where you did the fork. Then if you say merge changes and update source, what this means is that you want to merge whatever changes you have done in your forked collection. Okay, and also want to update the source, right? So both source and destination will be made in sync. Say for example, I forked this collection at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, and then somebody else forked the collection at 9, and by 9:30 they finished the work, they finished their test cases, and they merged their changes. Okay, and I am then merging it at 10 o'clock, or basically say 11 o'clock, after their work has been done. But they forked the collection at 9, I forked the collection at 10, and they merged their work at 10:30, and I'm merging my work at 11, right? So when I'm merging my work at 11, because I have forked the collection when their changes, the other members' changes were not there, so I don't have the updated source because they have already merged their changes, the work that they have done. So if you choose this second option, what it will do is it will merge your changes as a team member and also fetch the new work that they have merged, right? The other member has merged into your source, into your fork as well. Okay, the third option is merge changes and delete source. Okay, so what you're saying is, okay, I want to merge all the changes that I have done and then delete the source, delete the fork that I have created. Okay, so in this particular case, you will see that the fork that has been created, so if we go to the collection, this will get deleted. All right, so if I say, yeah, go ahead with the third option, let me go ahead with this option, you will see everything will be merged here and this will get deleted. Okay, or let's go with this one, second one, and then I'll do this one last. Okay, so I'll say merge, and you will see that this is still there and then changes have been merged. And if I go to this collection now, which is the parent one, and go to all issue types here, you will see all the changes that have been made. This is now available here. Okay, this was the test that was not here, this is now available here. Now if I go to the fork again here, okay, and I say get all issue type, and I change something here. Okay, so let me say this time I'll just put something, so I'll just put RCV Academy. Okay, and I save it. Now this text is not there. Okay, this text is not there in this particular parent. All right, so you'll see this is not there until I go ahead and merge it. Okay, so let me go ahead and merge it again. So I'll select the ellipses here and click on merge changes and merge all changes, and I'll say merge changes and delete source. Okay, so this time it will delete this particular fork. So if I click on merge, you will see that the fork has been deleted and the changes that I have done should be available here now in the parent. You'll see RCV Academy is visible here. Okay, so this is the brief process that you as a team member will follow if you're working collaboratively and working within the Postman team. Okay, now the next thing that I want to cover is this is the merge, direct merge into the source is highly unlikely that if you have a big team within your organization, you will be doing it. So mostly you will be following the review process or the pull request process. Okay, so how you can follow that process? So as a team member, you have got access to the parent collection, right? So then I have been asked to create test cases for a particular module. I will go ahead and create a fork, okay, from the parent. Now I'll provide the label and everything, okay, and then where exactly the fork should be created, and I'll fork the collection, so it will create a copy of that collection for me, so where I can start working, and this won't interfere with this one. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and I will say, okay, I'll add new test there. Okay, so let me just say, I'll just duplicate this, okay, and rename it, and I'll say bug. Okay, so another test, say for example, I have added. Okay, and now my work is done. So what will I do? I will go ahead and follow the standard software development process. If there is a guideline that you have to raise a pull request, get it reviewed, only once it's approved, reviewed and approved, then the changes will be merged by the team lead. Okay, so I have done those changes. All right, and now if I go ahead and go to the ellipses here, you will see that I can go ahead and create a pull request. Okay, so if I click on the pull request, create pull request, it will open the pull request window here, and you will see the source, which is the forked one, and the destination where this pull request, or basically where these changes need to go. And you will see the overview here, okay, and the changes that have been made, right? So you'll see that these are the entities that have been added as part of my work. Okay, so all of that changes will be visible here. In the overview, I can give, you know, the title, so completed module 1 tests, okay, and then description, whatever description I want to specify as a team member, that yeah, this is something which was assigned and I have completed that work. And then assign the review, okay, who is going to review this, right? So I can assign multiple reviewers there, okay. And then you can see that I can create a pull request, okay. So I'll say, let me just create a pull request with just myself. I'm active now, so I can do it all in the one screen. So I'll just go ahead and as a team member, I'll create a pull request. Now, once this pull request is raised, then the person who is assigned the pull request will get a notification that you have been assigned a pull request and you need to go ahead and review that, right? So you'll see that the person who is actually looking, so for example, you have assigned this pull request to your team lead, he'll get the notification, right? And then he'll be able to see what all pull requests are there, okay. So if I say, let me close this, go to collection, and from the collection, if the person selects any of the collection, you'll see in the right hand side you will have the options here basically to fork and see the pull request, right? So if you click on this icon pull request, you will see that this pull request received for review is available here, and you will see what pull requests are available to me as a lead, right? Now I have done it for the same user, but ideally, say for example, member 1 or say a employee named Sita is documenting the API test cases, and she has raised a pull request and assigned it to John for a review. Okay, so John will get this pull request notification, and once John logs in, he'll be able to see that they have to go ahead and review. So simply John will go ahead and click on this particular pull request. Okay, John will see, okay, what all entities have been changed, what all details have been added, right? Then all the details basically in terms of test cases, what all things have been added, whether they have been the standards that have been followed as per defined within the project or not. If John finds everything is fine, then they can go ahead and merge. If not, they can put a specific comment at each level, right? So you'll see that at get project level there is a comment option. So I can go ahead as a reviewer, I can say, okay, can you please change this, right? Or at mention the name of the person who has raised this pull request and add the comment so that they can update the required details in the test, and then again submit the request to get it merged into the master. Okay, so if say for example everything is fine, no comments, then what this person will do is the lead will go ahead and click on merge. Okay, and then again 3 options will be there. So basically merge and update source, merge changes and delete source, right? And so in this particular case I'll simply go ahead and merge the changes. Okay, this is more for the team lead. So then when the team lead goes ahead and merges the changes, this pull request will be basically merged into where? Into the parent, right, which is this particular root folder, right? So this is the main folder, and you see this bug, the next folder is also available at the parent level, okay, which is from the new member of the team who has documented a new test case and has raised a pull request. This is the usual software development practice and process that software developers follow, and even in the automation you have to follow, so that there are minimal conflicts and the team is able to work efficiently in a collaborative way. Okay, now underlying, if you see, the whole concept and process is all Git and GitHub. Okay, so basically it's all a version control and within Postman, but they have provided, you know, a good overall easy layout and the capabilities right within Postman, so that you can go ahead and create a fork, create a pull request, or merge changes, right? Then there is another option which is pull changes. What this does is pull changes, it fetches the latest update from the original collection, right? So for example, every day when you start your work, you should always pull the changes from the parent so that you get the latest update, right? So say for example, yesterday you didn't check anything, but then there are 3 team members who completed some of the test cases and they have checked in the code, or they have merged some code in there. So once you will pull the changes, their changes that have been merged into the parent will be available in your collection, in your forked collection as well, right? So you'll see that if there are any changes to pull, it will show you the changes that have been made in the parent collection. If not, it will say no pull changes, right? So that's what the pull changes is all about. Then if we go back, you'll see the change log. You can see the documentation, right? You can duplicate, export, and then manage roles is something which is more of a admin or a team lead level activity. Okay, so in terms of collaboration within Postman, I really liked the features that they have provided. They have made it really easy for the teams to work and collaborate and work efficiently for the API test automation within Postman. So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.